What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid trance, though as many of you surely know, and as you can tell by the title of the video, it is a very sad day in the world of trance and electronic music more generally. Tom Weyer, aka Commander Tom, and one half of Mandala, passed away. Not sure exactly how old he was. You know, sort of started putting out records in the, I think, late 80s. He made some like hip-hop records before he started making trance, and, you know, found his way to Noom, where he then became the Commander Tom that we all know, like putting out amazing originals, but especially a lot of remixes of tunes, including the one we're going to listen to today, though it is a remix of a tune that he was involved in the original, as I said, with Mandala. But yeah, just a seminal hard trance artist, like a real legend. You know, I commented on his Discogs page a few years ago, and I mentioned at the time, I was like, yo, no one else has commented on this page? Like, what the heck? So yeah, I know he has a huge reputation. You know, RMI was a massive tune. I already reacted to that one. Go check it out. I reposted it on my Facebook today, because I was sort of like, hey, you know, like Karsten actually let me know that Commander Tom had passed away. I just got home from work and I saw a message that he had tagged me in. But yeah, like I said, just a massive fan of his work, and people have since commented. Someone commented on his Discogs page today. They were like, hey, RIP to a legend. It was very nice to see that. But yeah, so to honor his memory and to honor his impact on the hard trance world, I wanted to listen to, as I said, a remix that he did. Now the tune is by Mandala, which is Tom Weyer and Ray Boy. Raymond Boy, I think. I'm not sure. Like, he went by like a few, like Boy, sometimes like B-O-Y-E, and then I've seen it also like B-O-Y, just like, you know, as in the common noun. So I'm not sure exactly what his real name is, but that was the other half of Mandala. So this is a tune by Mandala called Acid of House. Surely many of you will know the sample. But this is the Commander club dub, which is to say this is Tom's remix of the Mandala tune. This is on XYZ. It's sort of like a compilation. Noom put out a few of these. I have, I think, like 2 or 3 of them. And they also put out, you know, compilations. I have the one where like one is like white colored like disc or record, and the other one is a black one. I'm forgetting the name of it. But yeah, so they've put out a few compilations over the years, but this is Noom XYZ-6. Do we have a year? I'm going to guess 95, but I'm not seeing it here, so I'll look that up in a second. But yes, this is the Commander Tom, oh wait, featuring, what? That's not the right side. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, there we go, okay. It's just like, it's gray background with white writing on it, and it's like basically impossible to see. But yeah, this is Mandala, the Acid of House, the Commander Club Dub remix. And as I said, my prediction is 95, but we'll see if I'm right. Oh. It's like a babbling brook of acid, right? It literally sounds like a stream. And then a transformer acid line turns on. A sonar bleep. This is from the acid. The acid. The acid podcast. Good lord. There's so many of these like compilation records. I thought I was looking at the right one, but I wasn't. In the meantime, the acid is now just charging determined, focused, also flaring now. So there's like, again, that sort of like real focus, but there's also that dribbly layer, the bubbly layer that. It's a dense thicket of acid. I am surprised it's 97. I would have thought 95 for sure. 96 at the latest. Big sound. Heavy, mechanical. It's like a Reaper before that was in pop culture. You know, real sort of like liquidy, dribbly acid work. Along with that like helicopter kind of layer. I do love that hard synth. He says in an acid trance tune. I love that sonar bleed. Firing acid torpedoes. Notice there was that one, the one hard synth. It was an interesting variation of that, but then in comes this extra thick, like rich acid layer, stretchy, like gurgly. Wow. The melody is acid, the bass is acid, the acid is acid, the acid house. Just singing, screaming, shouting. Like the sonar acid layer, the like real wet dribbly acid layer, and then the focus layer that's become this like shrieking acid beast. You just show it off, man. I love it. Again, it's acid music for real, like acid lovers. It's like it's a tune you can end a mix with. Again, especially if it's like an acid heavy, like real tripped out acid trance mix. Yeah, it's just another example of why he was one of the very best. I did mention it on his page in that Discogs review, which I don't want to like alter now. But yeah, basically I said, you know, at the end of the day, he might not have been my absolute favorite. I'd have to give that award to maybe Pablo Gargano or maybe Kors, meaning Michael Kors. But I did mention, like Commander Tom was like right there with those guys, and like a real legend of the hard trance scene at a time when the hard trance scene was like in its golden era, as we would come to realize, sort of after the fact, but maybe even in the moment too. That often happens, right? Like sometimes you're aware that like what you're listening to or going to and experiencing is something that's like kind of special, on the cutting edge and like in the underground, whatever, and then later it's like, yeah, we're still doing it, but that was sort of that special period, whatever. So it, like, I think it happens both ways. You kind of feel it in the moment, but later like you understand sort of the boundaries of it more and so on. But yeah, like I said, this is a great tune from an absolute legend at a time when acid trance and hard trance was, one of the big pulls at parties. Certainly here, like again, I can't really speak to Europe, but my understanding is that Commander Tom was quite big in Europe. But yeah, like out here in California, people were playing his tracks. I mentioned it before, Mars and Mystery. Like they were up in the San Francisco area scene, whereas I was down going to LA area parties. But I had a couple of their mixtapes, and they had a lot of Commander Tom tracks in their mixes, as well as Nostrum and some other people that I was already becoming fond of. So I was like, man, you guys got to come down and play LA. But yeah, bottom line, shout out to Commander Tom, R.I.P. to Commander Tom, R.I.P. to half a Mandala. So yeah, like I just wanted to celebrate his music and really talk about what a big player he was in the hard trance scene, because he will be missed, certainly among hard trance fans, but I think the electronic music world more generally. He's one of those people who like kind of transcended his genre, and even if you were a drum and bass or whatever, you probably heard of Commander Tom. So that's, it's the kind of artist that I think is going to get tributes from a lot of people. And so this is my small little channel's attempt to do just that, to pay justice to his work and contribution to the hard trance scene. So again, R.I.P. Commander Tom. Let me know if there's another tune by him that you'd like to hear me react to. I keep mentioning it. My Mr. Tom Servo is my Discogs name, and my collection is publicly visible. You can go into my collection and then keyword search for Commander Tom, and you can just see all the records that I have where he's a part of it, and there are quite a few. That's part of why I was like taking a minute or two over there to try to figure out what year this record was from. But yeah, let me know if there's another tune from him you'd like to hear me react to. I'd really like to react to his tracks quite a bit in the next couple weeks. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's a tune you'd like to hear. Other than that, thank you for listening and watching. I do appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.